All right, Todd, what is happening?
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And today we're going to be talking about the market trends for the week ending November 16th. That's today and the last prior week. So let's get going. We got 40 days closed on market. We have a 1.04 month supply. We're sitting at about a 96% absorption rate. Our average list price fell just a little. That's a good sign, $635, and our average sale price the same at $419. Our list price to sale price is at 98.3, 98.9, so that's also a good number. We'll talk about that a little more. Inventory is continuing to drop. We're down to 8,324 active properties in the entire MLS. Of course, our pending is up significantly, so that's part of this reason at 6,525, and our closed units month to date finally starting to show what the month can bring. We're sitting at 4,021. Looking at the active inventory sitting at about 107 days. That's down just a little bit. We took 1,751 listings this past week. Again, significantly less than we need to keep that inventory going. Days on market for closed is at 40. Taking a look at our price ranges down in the bottom right hand corner. Again, we're continuing to stay right about 66-67% of the entire inventory being that of the pricing 500,000 and less, sitting at about 21%, 22% in the $500 to $1 million market, and then of course the $1 million market sitting just at about 11. The big thing with the $1 million market is look at that days on market, 139. This number when we're taking all the $1 million homes into consideration is usually more like 221, 225. So when you're almost 75 to 80, 90 units on 90 days on an average month, that's an incredible type of change in that particular market segment. Again, what could cause that? Probably a lot of people coming from other areas that are significantly higher priced, and maybe they're coming to Arizona and they're going, wow, look what I can buy for $1 million. And that's really what's driving that market. Taking a look at the spreadsheets across the board, we're sitting at 1751 as we talked about. We did a little better last week, but again, in comparison to last year, this is where we're now identifying that we're starting to fall behind just a little bit from that perspective. Taking a look at inventory, as you can see that you carve out the single family, and all of a sudden we're into just over 6,000. You take out now another 900 new homes, and realistically, we've got 5,000, 4,000, 4,100 properties available, single-family detached properties available in the market. Taking a look at the pending, this is where we identify, what's the actual activity happening right now. So we focus on this, and we're seeing that, again, we're about 1,000 higher than we were last year being in the gray box. And that's really what's eating up our inventory is we have more people buying homes. Even though we have less people overall maybe interested in buying, because of where am I going to go, all the domino effects of it, but ironically that's not stopping the people that are moving into Arizona from just saying I want to do business today. So this may end up being a normal trend. Again, we've got about 6 months now recorded, 6 to 8 months of this recorded where we're significantly above last year, so we may be identifying some new numbers, but again we'll sit back and take a look over time. Looking at closed inventory, this is a green ticker here that's really kind of nice. It's showing that we're significantly ahead of last year again, and this is kind of what we're looking for, is to stay in the green. Everybody's business right now should be about 9% ahead, 10% ahead unit count wise where they were last year. And as far as sale prices, of course, those are driven up about an extra 10%. So it isn't unreasonable to have a 17 to 18, maybe 19% increase in your dollar volume this year. And then, of course, if you're compensated based on dollar volume, the nice thing is, well, there you go. Even if you were selling some fewer units, you're making the same kind of money. But if you're selling the same kind of units, or you're up that 10% that I've been talking about, you're also putting more money in your pocket. And that's versus last year. And that's an anomaly, in my personal opinion, to the stigmatism that we're facing with COVID. Inventory, as far as month supply is concerned, again, we just rose over 1. That's a good sign. We were at 2%, not 2%, but 2 months supply last year. So, getting over 1 is a struggle, but it's good to see. And this, everybody's talking about, the pricing is still, I'm hearing it again, is going off the hook. In other words, we're starting to see significant significant increases in pricing based on supply and demand. That's not really true. The supply and demand numbers are relatively similar, but the difference in the sale pricing over year, there is a little bit of a stimulus in there. But again, it's probably more than likely caused because we understand the market that's moving into Arizona. We understand they'll pay more. So again, we'll see exactly if there's any other indicators, down the road. But right now, that's what we're looking on. Average sale price. This is really important because again, average sale price, we're sitting at about 16% ahead of last year. It's down just a little bit, and even this week's numbers went down. So we're seeing that the average sale price is less this week than it was the week before. And again, that's a good sign because again, it's saying there's always a little bit of relief. Sure, one month we show significantly higher price, but then the next month we show significantly less. So it's bouncing back and forth, ebb and flowing, which is normal. However, we have to be prepared to be able to tell our clients that, and to be able to set our clients down and say, listen, it is about 16, 18% ahead of last year. But again, at that same time, please understand that, not every house is worth, 10% more, and we have appraisal issues. You all know the game, but again, I'm just trying to help you ascertain exactly where the numbers are coming from. And then, of course, days on market slowing up a little bit, goes from 38 to 40. That's a good sign. Again, we've been continually dropping. Last year, we were at 53 days on market, so that's a good sign. Not that we're at 40, but the fact that it's ebbing back up. And then the most important piece here from a list price to sale price retention is the fact that, what is the seller doing? Are they now at 100%? They're not giving a penny, but yet, maybe are we paying more? This number right here tells you what the entire inventory is doing. So when you're sitting here trying to tell me that you're getting $10,000 over average sale price, this information right here is telling us that's not true. Yeah, there may be some markets that are doing that, but overall, we're still sitting right in that price range of about 99%, 99% list price to sell price activity. So that's really important, and from a perspective from there. One of the things I want to talk about just real quick, we may have it on our regular slides, but I wanted to make sure we did talk about it, was this Wednesday, in lieu of my CE class, we're doing a real estate market summit. We have Dr. Lawrence Yoon coming in, who is the NAR chief economist. Obviously, we have Judy Lowe. We have Denise Holliday, who is a judge pro tem and also an attorney here in town, specializes in investors and property management and things of this nature. So we're going to talk. This is not necessarily all geared around real estate investors, but there's going to be quite a bit of talk about that. And then we have our own Michael DeVell, who will be having a segment as well, sharing with him what's going on, or he will be sharing what's going on in the actual pricing and investor world, and also talk a little bit about residential real estate and the benefit of residential rentals as a investment right now in this current market. So this is pretty cool. This is coming up. It'll be Wednesday, 9 to 12. Please go to our dashboard, West USA, and also westusacalendar.com for more information about registering.
And for this, you can actually go to West USA RSVP, and you can register directly from there.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that very much. So these are the different ways you can reach us. And again, you are on Alexa Flash Briefings, Instagram TV. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and also you can hear us with the entire slide presentation at youtube.com/West USA Realty. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Look forward to talking to you next week.
I appreciate it as always, Todd.